कहते हैं जब यूजीसी का चेयरमैन बोलता है तो पूरा इंडिया डोलता है. Namaskar, welcome to Biotecnika. Today we have amazing breaking news for all of you. You can call it a good news, but yeah, some reforms underway in the UGC higher education system, which is going to revolutionize probably the education system altogether. Very interesting thing here is these experiments started a few years ago, probably 5-6 years ago, and now we are seeing the results of this experiment. A very good news, in fact, for all of you, which makes your PhD simpler and makes you eligible for writing PhD directly after bachelor's. Kya hai ye full analysis we are going to check out in this video. So for that, shall we get started? Okay, let's get started. Welcome back. So now we are looking at a breaking news, which is just, being all across the media, sab jagah pe we are seeing this news. And the news is now BTechs can do PhD one shot. Okay, directly you can get into PhD. But there are some terms and conditions which we'll analyze in a short while from now. So the news is BTechs can do PhD and now no need to publish paper to get a PhD. It's no longer mandatory. Well, both are good news, but what are the fine prints? We have to read in between the lines, and that's what this video is all about. So 5 pointers under this, and that is, this makes Masters and BTech equivalent, which has always been thought about and discussed. So Masters and BTechs are now equivalent. And you can directly get into PhD without even writing your MTech or MSc. That's a very good news. In fact, if you see all the Indian PhDs, whatever is happening, whatever research is happening, it's more of research side of science, not the engineering science side of science. Let me give you an example. So there is, suppose, research going on white blood cells, but there's no research going on the biomedical side of blood transfusion. So you understood what I'm saying. So yeah, the engineering side of biotech and pharma is not happening in India, and the moment BTech start doing PhD, probably that's a great reform which has happened today. So doing BTech now will save your 1 year also. Now earlier you used to do BSc 3 years, MSc 2 years, then 5 years, and then you do PhD for 3 or 5 years, whatever. So now you save 1 year here. You straight away go and get a grand entry to PhD directly. So that's a very good news again. But I would say, my personal opinion is, this should have been done like decades ago. ये पहले ही हो जाना चाहिए था. There I दुरुस्त है. Never mind. We have got this great news now. So if you are a BTech, you don't need to write GATE and do a MTech. Straight away घुस जाओ PhD में through direct entry. But there is a catch here. You need to have 75% marks and above in your BTech. So पढ़ाई ज़रूरी है. Now you have to do your BTech seriously, right? University के marks भी important हो गए अब. You cannot directly go into PhD if you have marks less than 75%. So this is a great news. Like I mentioned earlier, you are equivalent as a BTech to Masters, and you save time and you can directly get entry into PhD. India will have more engineering side of research happening now because of this reform, and this should have been done long back. But the second part is equally important of today's news, and that is no need to publish papers to get a PhD. Okay. Now what's happening here? I have seen there's a university in South India. So I was interviewing a PhD student from there, and he said, "Sir, our university has got a paper target, and then the university is dividing that target among the PhD students. So now every PhD has to publish 20 papers during the tenure of 3 or 5 years, and we have too much of pressure, and this pressure kills." See, research is all about creativity and innovation. You can't force people, and that's what I have 5 pointers here. Mandatory publication is actually a nuisance. Okay, it's a nuisance. It doesn't help the PhD students become creative and be innovative. Instead, the quality of research declines, the quality of research paper declines, and PhDs, personally speaking, PhDs are not sales team that you pressurize for targets. Okay, PhD is all about research, pure hardcore research, where you are given the funds and given 5 years to do and pursue your research in a direction which you choose. That's how it should be. But higher education in India has been marred with a lot of complications and complacency. This particular reform changes that. Now, PhD is actually a purely research degree, so you don't need to rush behind your target of publishing papers. And what you discover or find during your PhD research, that should be published. That must be published. But it should not be like, aapko ye karna hi hai, it's mandatory. I personally believe science is an art of asking question. The PhD student asks a question and in 5 years answers that question. If the question is valid, if the answer is valid, publish it, otherwise leave it. Okay. And the kind of now the review system is in place to award PhD. That's amazing. Okay. So I think that's sufficient. You don't need to have this age old strategy that aapko itne paper publish karne hain. India should be a land of science, should not be a land of paper research targets. Okay. So yeah, this is a great reform for all of you. But now the question to be asked is what exactly this means for you. आपके लिए ये क्या changes लाता है, आपकी life में क्या changes लाता है. So 4 things which will change your life here. The first is doing PhD in India just got simpler than how it was earlier. आसान हो गया, it's better, it's much better than what it was. And BTechs के लिए तो वरदान है. Now your eligibility is expanded, so now BTechs can directly get into engineering side of research and innovate on great things. This small change will boost entrepreneurship in India. This small change will boost a lot of newer innovations you will see, because now BTechs, for them the door has opened into research. Now the third, which is very important now, which may make you a little unhappy, is writing entrance exams has become even more important. So if writing entrance exam has become more important, that obviously means that you have to prepare for CSIR, get another entrance exam which will come to a little bit later. And yeah, if you want to publish, so I have 2 advices for you actually. The first one is, if you want to do PhD, do it from a high profile institution. Just don't do it from any Tom, Dick and Harry university. Do it from a high profile institution, try hard. And the second is, if you want to publish paper, publish it in like high quality Scopus rank journal. Don't just go and publish for the sake of publishing. Okay. These 2 things are going to change your life. Okay. Now, having said that, okay, so sir, I'm now confused about the entrance exams. So here are the entrance exams which you need to write. You have CSIR for science students. You have GATE for engineering students who can still write MTech, and of course MS by research, and even directly PhD also you can do through GATE. So there are 3 avenues via GATE. UGC NET for the arts students and commerce students, and CEED, which is combined entrance exams for design, for the design students for getting into NIFT and other places. So yeah, so this is all about the UGC breaking news which I have got today. BTech can write PhD directly, but you need 75% and no need of publishing papers, and this changes the way you do research in India. Very good change, welcome change, but this should have been done long back. I welcome this change by UGC. Now, very important pointer, the official notification for this has not yet come. This has just come into media as per the interview of the chairman of UGC. But very soon we're going to expect the official notification, which will obviously have more fine prints, which we'll discuss in another video. And to know when I publish that video, please subscribe to our channel, because that's where news, views and reviews from the biosciences sector comes all the way right in front of you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you still have questions, comments or any feedback which probably UGC should incorporate in their next policy change. So that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.